Now you can start this question, and can you set the timer, and then you can, before doing this question, just let me know what is the idea, and then you can start coding, and then you need to explain the time complexity you are using, and then if you can tell me what is the algorithm you are using for this question, please tell me. Yeah, you can start now.
Okay. So we're going to solve this question called top k frequent words. So you're given a list of words, which are strings, and an integer k, which is a positive integer, and you want to return the k most frequent strings in alphabetical order. So as you can see here, I appears 2 times, love appears 2 times, LeetCode appears 1 time, coding appears 1 time. So we're going to have I and love, and we're going to return I first because I is alphabetically, I comes before L. And yeah, so this is a pretty easy question if you know what a heap is, because in Python we have something called a min heap, which basically keeps the smallest element at the top, value at the top according to the heap invariant. So knowing this, we're going to have a cool little trick here where we're actually going to flip the values and put them inside of the heap. So for example, if I appears 2 times, we're going to create a dictionary. Let's say I appears 2 times. Our heap is actually going to look like -2i because the smallest is going to be popped first. So the smaller a negative number is, the bigger its larger counterpart is. And that's because Python only has a min heap and Python doesn't have a max heap. And we're going to do this, and we're basically going to pop k times and then return our result list. So so basically the first thing we do, obviously, go through every single word in the array.
So you mean you are using the
Hashmap,
right?
In the array. What's that?
So you try to using the Hashmap to count the frequency of each word.
Yeah, we use a dictionary to count the frequencies first. And then once we do that, then we can use a heap to pop k times.
Which data structure you are using for the counting frequency?
This is called a dictionary in Python.
Oh, okay, dictionary. Okay.
So we want a result output as a list. So we're going to create that, and we're going to create a heap, which is basically just a standard array in Python. But once we use the heap q module and heap push, then you'll see that this nice rule applies. So as we mentioned, frequency, let's just declare empty dictionary. We're going to go through each word in our words array, right? And then we're going to see if it's not in our dictionary, then we're going to add, initialize it to 0. We're going to create a new place for it. And then if it already exists in our word, then we're going to obviously increment the frequency because we're seeing it one more time. So now, cool. So now we have this. Now our dictionary is populated with the key value pairs. And now, so we want to go through our dictionary. And in each iteration, this is where the min heap comes in. We want to push to the min heap the negative frequency and then the character on the right-hand side. So we're going to say negative frequency key, which is the word, and then key is the actual word itself. This is the frequency negated because the min heap is going to pop. It's going to use this value to know which one to pop first.
Okay.
So for example, if we have like -3 and k, I'm just making this up, in our heap, then obviously this guy's going to get popped first because this guy's smaller than this guy. We're using the key as the guy to determine this rule with. So which one to pop first. But we don't, so we're just going to go back here and we're going to say that, we're going to populate this heap with all the letters, and then at the end, we can pop k times. So while k is bigger than 0 because we're given a positive integer, we are going to pop from the heap and unpack at the same time. So essentially, a becomes -2, b becomes I. So a is the frequency, b is the letter, And then because we're popping k times, we have to append the letter, which is a string, to our resulting list, and then decrement k by 1 because we have to pop exactly k times. And when k equals to 0, k will not be bigger than 0, so this while loop will terminate, and we can just return our result array. And yeah,
Okay.
that is pop k frequent words. Again, we are using dictionaries to keep track of the frequency, and then we're using this interesting rule with a min heap in Python where we pop the smallest frequency at the top, and we do that exactly k times.
Okay, what's the time complexity?
The time complexity of this is actually O of 2n, because we actually have to loop through, first of all, the words array, and then we
Why?
also have to loop through our dictionary. So is this the most efficient way to do it? Maybe not, but
Did
and
you
the
solve
space
it?
complexity is also, go ahead.
Did you solve it? You solved it, right?
No, you don't have to sort it with my approach,
Now
because
how?
the
But how do you know which one is the maximum frequency if you didn't solve it?
because we're putting the frequency negated inside of our heap.
Yeah, it's sorted,
We don't
right?
sort it.
It's not sorted?
The heap automatically sorts it according to this interesting order, right? No?
I don't know. Because Python in a
You see what the heap is, right? It's -2i, -2 love. So the smaller a negative number is, the larger its counterpart. So I is one of the most frequently occurring letters, right?
let's go graphical, yeah.
And we can tell that because it's -2 is smaller than -1, because 2 is bigger than 1. So we know -2 is smaller than -1. That's what I'm saying. The smaller a negative number is, the bigger its positive counterpart will be. That's the thing you have to understand.
So this one is the priority queue, right? It's
Yes, priority queue.
Yeah, the time complexity should be n log k. Yeah,
Well,
because you
we're
solved
looping
it.
through the array, and then we're looping through the dictionary.
Yeah, and then,
that's going to cost time.
Yep.
And then we have to do this k times as well.
Yeah.
And then we're using extra memory because we have 2 arrays and we have a dictionary. This is
so for my understanding in Java, you are using the priority queue, right? So for my understanding,
exactly, yeah. Java has a maximum keep, so this guy would be at the root, but not in Python. Python's default is a min heap. That's why the smallest, it's the opposite. That's why we have to negate it.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's Python.
Literally exactly the opposite of Java. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it's Python. If in the Java, the time complexity is n log k.
Yeah, but I think that's a good recording because that's the actual solution I came up with myself.